Hard to complain about the effort. Early on, I think we missed four front ends for the game, two in the first half and a couple of layups. I thought we had some good shots. They just didn't go in, Aaron and Josh. And Rocket had a few, but Aaron and Josh are two of my better shooters, and thought they had some good shots. I thought they made some unbelievable shots. I think three of them right at the end of the shot clock. One of them was, that one on Josh when he just threw it up there, and then one Joey missed a rebound and they falling down made it, and then one where I thought Aaron was right on Wash, didn't give him credit. He made that three as the horn went off. Those are 6-8 point swings. You miss a decent amount of free throws for us where, we shot 74, but we missed four front ends of a one-on-one. So that's really shooting 60 some. And, we had some better play out of Hauser, better play out of Julius Marble. We did not get better play out of some other guys. But my stars got to play. I probably played Josh too many minutes in 32 minutes. I just needed a shooter in there without Gabe with us. I didn't have a lot of options. So Ohio State's a pretty good team. They played hard. They played well. Very physical team for not a huge team. And so we took a small step forward in some ways, but the shooting woes continue. I don't know. I just know this. A lot of people are rotating people, and I'm going to keep rotating until I find the right rotation. It wasn't very good. He had an unbelievable day yesterday. Looked like some of my old point guards and then get back in a game, and he just reverted back a little bit. But I don't know what I'm going to do. I got 2 days to think about it. I'm going to be thinking about it. And, I don't go by the theory that it's not like a quarterback. You'd like to have it's solid more than it is. But at the same time, you know what? I'm going to play the people that are best. I thought Foster played pretty good. Didn't play AJ as much today for reasons, nothing bad, but I thought, Marty gave us a little something for the first time as far as rebounding the ball and blocking a couple shots. And I thought, Marcus has been playing better, shot well from the line. We did get to the free throw line 31 times and four front ends. That's like 35 times. That would be a career high for us. So we were a little better on that. But I don't know what I'm going to do there yet. It depends on Josh and, feels and what I think I can get out of him. I don't want to make sure I beat him to death either. So we'll have to make some decisions. I've seen that. I don't think our leadership's been quite good enough. And it's hard. It's hard for a guy like Aaron who struggled the last couple games. And, he's really our leader. And, he struggled. He struggled. He didn't struggle with his attitude. He struggled. I'll give you an example. We told him not to foul 13 with 4 minutes and 5 seconds left. We're down to 9. We thought we could make a run. And the guy it's like a layup for the guy. He's shooting 98% from the free throw line, and he just did. That's a frustration foul more than it is an intelligent foul. And then things kind of went the other way the last 4 minutes. But, I think we do have to fight through it, but we're fighting through without practicing. We couldn't practice Friday. We had a film session and a walkthrough. We did practice decently Saturday for an hour and a half. It's not going to be easy on the road now because we don't have, facilities where we're just going to be able to get in any time of the day or night. So it's going to be tough. Josh, has had really 3 live days of practice, and same with Marty. So we're just going to have to keep fighting through it, and I did think there were some things I could take away from this game. If I get those kind of shots and we can't make them, we're not going to win any games. But, beginning of the year, we're making all those shots. So I still think there's a lot more positive came out of today. it just got away from us at the end again. Chaney, as dumb as it sounds, I mean, I never knew John Chaney until I put an APB out that I wanted to play on national TV because we never got on TV. And one day he called me, he said, I'll play you and I'll get it on TV because it's kind of, we have that ability within our conference. And I said to myself, man, I don't want to play him. And he told me, hey, I'll come to your place first. It'll be a good game. They were really good. So we did. Got beat by 1. Went there the next year. Had a 16-point lead. And Pepe Sanchez hit a shot on an out-of-bounds play at the buzzer and lost by 1 there. And he came to our bus after and he talked to Cleves and some of those guys, but he grabbed me and he said, a lot of people are afraid to play people. He said, my whole life. And I thought about it and I really did appreciate, what he said, just keep doing it. But then I looked at his conference and my conference, and it's a lot easier to play tough non-conference games if you don't have as good a conference to play against every day. But his advice stuck with me. I've always given him credit for it. I tell him that in person. And then, of course, we had the game in the Elite Eight when we were playing in the Sweet 16. And I'll never forget, his locker room was right next to mine. And they played the first game in the Sweet 16, and we were getting dressed. And he went after his team at halftime. And I swear to God, the team Cleves was white by the end of that lecture. And he was just sitting there listening. And, I think it really helped my team because it made them realize that I'm not certifiably nuts. He is. And yet he's a great coach. And they all respected him because he came to us. And then we beat him in the Elite Eight game. And I made the comment, I felt like the guy who shot Bambi, because everybody loved John. I love John. He was really good for the game. And he was about as honest as they come, man. What was on his mind, he'd say it. And I'm not sure he'd be as good in the Twitter era. He probably got out at the right time. But I'm going to miss John Chaney just because he believed that in discipline, he believed that demanding a lot out of a kid was really showing the kid how much you love him. And those 6 a.m. practices or 5:30 in the morning, any of my players think I'm nuts. I'm going to let them read the John Chaney book, but I'm going to miss the guy. He was really good for my program. He taught me, go play them all and take your whooping and just keep getting back up, and eventually it'll pay off. And I think I followed his advice, and I think it helped me.
Right.
I'd say the biggest thing, Chris, I'm trying to figure out where my team is, and I just have no blueprint. I watched Clemson, and my staff came in yesterday. Clemson played Duke, and Clemson has just looked awful. And I got a nephew's on the staff there, and they were playing as good as anybody in the ACC, and then they got hit with COVID. I'm trying to figure out where I am with that. What should I expect out of my team? What should I expect out of Joshua? I mean, you can't be off 20 days. I mean, I know that. You know that. We don't want to make excuses. That's probably the hardest challenge for me is I really, what do you do in practice? How hard can you practice them yesterday? We got in late Thursday night. We had to get up at 6 a.m. to fly out because we couldn't get the plane out that night. We came back and had meetings and walkthroughs, and guys are dead after that. And then Saturday, it was early morning meeting, and then a practice at 2:00, and then fly out back down to here. And, those kids had a test at 9:45 last night. They had to go back out to, we're staying downtown in the arena and come back. It's probably more taxing than you think, but, for me, it had no excuse for why we turned the ball over the other day. But today, I thought we did a lot of pretty good things because if you get good shots, that's all you can ask for. Defense, I didn't think was great, but I'll have to look at the film, but it couldn't have been awful. Rebounded okay, Turnovers, okay. I don't know how many they had. They had 9, we had 10. So, that didn't hurt us. It was just a missed shot, missed layups, and missed free throws when it was critical, Those front ends of a 1-and-1, the first half, that's 4 more points. And at certain times, that's when the game gets away from you. And we are a good free throw shooting team. I mean, we shoot 76, 77%. Look at the film, to be honest with you. I mean, I'm sure we took a couple bad ones. We had a couple times when we turned the ball over in critical times. And then, guys get frustrated. I mean, Josh took a couple shots, but I thought he played better considering how long he's been off. And it was a frustrating day for Aaron. Rocket missed 2 layups. Aaron missed 1 or 2. Julius missed 1. I mean, those are layups, and you can't miss layups. So, when you do that, those are 6, 8, 10 points. And we're not good enough right now. I mean, we could use Gabe Brown a lot. I mean, he was our best shooter going in, and I think Gabe would help us a lot right now, but I don't think we'll have him back for another week. I don't know what these protocols are. That's all I got on my desk is this guy can get out of jail on this day. He can get his heart tested on this day. He can resume practice on this day, and he can have games on this day. And when you do that for 5 or 6 different people and a couple of assistant coaches, you just say, hey, tell me when he's back. And nobody's told me yet. So I'll have to wait and see, but it'll be a good week yet before we get him back. The big thing is we'll have to get in a film session tonight. When we land there, we'll get in a film session. Then tomorrow morning we test and then try to figure out where we can get a couple of the places to walk through. Might be a hotel. We'll get a chance to practice there. Fran's going to let us practice there. So that'll be good for Monday and more film and just try to figure it out. But the film doesn't help the shot. Now, the film can help free you for shots. But believe it or not, we got some good looks today. I think a lot of good looks. I'll figure that out when I look at the film. I thought we got some tough calls early in the game, but it seems like when you're not playing well, those always go against you too. And so I don't know. We'll look at the film, and that'll tell us as much as anything, and maybe figure out who we're playing. And it's going to be a little bit of revolving because I don't know. Josh could be tired and sore now. I got to make sure that I don't take a chance on the whole year with him. But he's been great as far as his health, and hopefully that'll continue to improve. And I thought there was a bright spot with Julius. Marcus has been playing better. Kind of a different team they have. Very, very physical. I said it would be a game Julius should play, and not real big, but boy, they post up and just batter you in there. And if you help out on them, Orange hits one or Washington hits one. And I thought we did a pretty good job on those 2 kids compared to how they've been playing. So there were some positives. There were some negatives. Free throw shooting, open shots, I think were 2 of the biggest problems. And when you don't make shots, hard to go down the other end and really defend. That's a really good point. And if you remember, there was a play where you hit 2 shots, a 3 and a layup, and we were going to go to him then, and we ran a play for him, and the ball went to him. He was supposed to reverse it and run a little blur screen, and we thought we could get him on it, and he just jacks a 35-footer, and I think that's the lack of practice time that these guys have had together to figure out, just to be honest with you, it's been difficult. I mean, it's difficult to figure out how hard to practice, how much to practice. And let's face it, for 17 of those days, we just practiced 2-on-2 and 3-on-3 and individual work. So hard to get anything going when you're doing that. But I agree with you. I think Joey and Aaron right now are guys we got to go to. I think Josh will come on again, but I'm not sure it'll be till the end of the week. It's going to take a good week to get him back, just as His conditioning was pretty good today, but probably his legs haven't been there. I don't know what he was today. If I look here, 4 for 15, and he was 1 for 9, I think. So he's 5 for 24, and he's not that kind of shooter. So some of that's got to be his legs. Some of that maybe a little bit of bad shots, but in general, he's got to take some of them because there's nobody else here left to take them. Joey, him, and Aaron would be the guys that can shoot it. We try to get Foster involved a little bit more, and he did all right tonight. So we'll see what we got for the future here. But there was more positive steps tonight than negative. Just that if the ball doesn't go in the hole, as my old buddy Doug Herner says, making shots cures a lot of evils. And when you run some good stuff and you got open shots, you don't make them. It's the way it is. And can't blame anybody for that. It's just a fact. But we need more practice time. We need to be in there.